A new beginning, let's go. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we've been knocking them down. Baby said she wanna go to the game. Taught her how to say Padre gang. Started back rocking the brown. Ever since we've been knocking them down. Mitchell and Ness with the old school name. All of the homies holler Padre gang. Yeah, that.
And good day, everybody. Welcome to the Padres Dodgers July 1st Talking Friars pregame show. I am your host, Ben Fadden. Padres coming off that 3-1 loss to the Dodgers last night. A lot of stuff going on. Blake Snell is on the mound tonight, looking to get his first win of the season. The City Connect jerseys are out. I have an episode. My reaction's already out on that. If you want the link, it is in the comments there. You just go on the YouTube channel or on the podcast platforms. It's all there. What else do we got going on? I mean, obviously, this Dodger series, there were tons and tons of fans from what I saw at Petco Park earlier today at the team store getting those jerseys or the hats. Let me know what your thoughts are on those jerseys and all that. I'll wait for some people to get in here. But yeah, while I'm starting to tee up the game for tonight, feel free to leave your thoughts about the uniforms, the jerseys, the hats, what you would grade them, all that. But Padres Dodgers get started tonight at 7:10. Yesterday was a frustrating loss. It's not a loss to like flip out about because the Padres were right there. Chris Taylor made an amazing throw in right field. Joe Musgrove, he pitched really, really good. That's all you can say. And yeah, Justin Turner got him a couple times, but you can't be mad at that. Okay, one guy, the one walk that he did, the one walk to Muncy is what costed him. Costed him or cost him? Cost him. Um, and the offense just didn't show up, but they were in the game. It was a 3-1 game. It's not like it was a 8-1 loss, right? Joe Musgrove didn't give up 6 runs like he did the previous start against Philly. He pitched great. The offense just didn't come through. Manny, yeah, he had a great first at-bat, but you could tell he was behind a little bit on Mitch White's fastball. I think the second at-bat struck out 3 times after that first at-bat. There was a time in the 8th inning where they could have converted with runners in scoring position. They couldn't do that, or there was one runner in scoring position. There was on that Chris Taylor throw, that inning, I believe, started with bases loaded and no outs or 1 out. There was a runner on third with at least 1 out. I know that they couldn't get anything. So it was just a story, a frustrating night, a story of the offense just not showing up. But tonight is a new night. Blake Snell, yeah, I understand some people might not be too confident in him going in, and especially when you realize that on the other side, it's a totally opposite pitcher. Not just Snell's a lefty, Gonsolin's a righty. Snell is a 5.60 ERA this year. Gonsolin has a 1.58 ERA. Snell is 0-5. Gonsolin is 9-0. Snell has 38 strikeouts. Gonsolin has 69. So yeah, Gonsolin, he's been pitching numbers-wise. He's pretty much been pitching even better than Joe Musgrove. He's been pitching at Joe Musgrove's level. And then when you look at his game logs, he hasn't had that start like Musgrove had a couple starts ago where he gives up those 6 earned runs, Um, 1 run, he's given up 1 run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. His last start was 5 2/3 innings in Atlanta. Gave up 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's given up 2 runs 4 times, and he's thrown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shutouts. He hasn't given up more than 2 runs. So he's been like Musgrove. Musgrove started the season with like 12 starts or something like that, with 2 runs allowed or less. That's what Gonsolin's been doing every time out so far this year. So it's definitely not going to be easy. But with Blake Snell, I think Blake Snell, you can call me biased or a homer or just trying to make myself feel better or whatever, but I feel like Blake Snell can keep the Padres in this game tonight. I saw how he pitched against Philadelphia, and I know the Dodger lineup, it's a great lineup, but if Blake Snell can pitch for 4 innings, give him 4 or 5 solid innings, the way that he pitched the first through, what was it, the 4th inning, not including the Bryce Harper hit by pitch, have those quick 8-pitch innings, kind of like how a couple Padres and Dodgers pitchers had last night. He's going to keep the Padres in the game tonight. And so then it's going to be a matter of, okay, does the Padres offense, can they capitalize? They don't have Manny in the lineup tonight. Can a Manny-less Padres offense capitalize when they get runners in scoring position, which is something that they just really couldn't do last night, right? And Steve says in the chat here, Padres are 1-3 versus the Dodgers with Snell to the rescue. Yeah, I mean, look, it's early in their season series. This is the first time that they've been at Dodger Stadium. Blake Snell, with the Padres, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he's pitched pretty well against the Dodgers in his career. I can pull him up real quick. Hang on, I'm going to have to find the opponent, the splits. Meanwhile, give you guys' thoughts on the City Connect uniforms. Those came out, obviously. A lot of people had their thoughts on those. I'm not a huge fan of the jerseys. I would have preferred more of a 98 spinoff, but I like the hats. I do like the hats. The pants with, I think it's different colored piping. They're white pants with the green, the mint green piping on one side, and then there's the pink piping on the other. The numbers are interesting. But getting to Blake Snell against the Dodgers in his career, he's faced them one time? Really? I think I pull up his career. Because Baseball Reference is saying that he's faced the Dodgers. Oh, no, my bad. 6 times. Sorry. Looking at the wrong team. So in 6 games against the Dodgers, opponents are hitting 176 off of him, a 498 OPS. He's given up 2 home runs and 5 runs in total. Like, he's pitched well against the Dodgers in his career. Obviously, the postseason start that he had, he pitched well in the World Series before his manager made the dumb decision of pulling him. So Blake Snell, he can keep the Padres in this game. It's just a matter of if the Padres offense can execute and score some runs for him. Because they have not been able to score some runs for Snell really in the majority of his starts this year. I can pull up those game logs again. Hold on one second. Because you know how Jacob deGrom with the New York Mets, was it last year or a couple years ago? He was one of those guys where he'd give you, he's pitching like Cy Young, pitching just tremendously, but the Mets offense wouldn't show up. And so he'd lose, 2-1, 1-0. And so Blake, first start of the year, the Padres scored no runs. His second appearance, 1 run. His third appearance, 2 runs. The most runs they've scored for him is 5, and they lost that game 11-5 to the Mets. That was June 6th. 2 runs against Colorado on June 12th. June 19th was 3 runs, the whole game. And then his last start against Philly, 2 runs. So they can score. I mean, obviously, Tony Gonsolin, that's not an easy task. I'm not saying, you got to go score 7 runs tonight. But if the Padres can give Blake Snell, 3 runs, 4 runs, and, make Gonsolin get out of that game pretty early or earlier than he probably would expect, that's going to set up the Padres to win this game tonight. So 7-10 is the first pitch. Dodgers are 47-28 entering tonight. The Padres are 46-32, 2.5 games back of the Dodgers after last night's loss. If you want to be a part of the show, future episodes, you can use that voicemail number, 619-335-5770. Again, 619-335-5770. Just drop a voicemail with any messages, your thoughts, and I'll play them on the next episode. At Talking Friars on Twitter for in-game highlights, not just highlights, but lowlights a little bit too. A lot of plays during the game. Luke, for example, like Luke Voigt last night, he had a long 12-pitch at bat that ended in a walk. Nola didn't come through. He grounded out the short in, I think, that 8th inning. But I posted every pitch to that at bat. Little stuff like that. I posted almost all of Joe Musgrove's strikeouts as they were happening. So a lot of highlights there at Talking Friars on Twitter. That's where I'm most active. And then on Instagram at Talking Friars and on TikTok as well. Um, the notes, obviously, today, the main thing is the City Connect jerseys are out. And some fans love them. Some fans don't. I like the hat. What my question would be coming away from the City Connect unveiling day is, can the Padres take all of this money that they're getting from all of these jerseys and uniform sales from today at their team store and put it towards a Joe Musgrove extension? Can we please do that, Mr. Seidler? Thank you very much. Because I don't know if you guys saw the video that I think someone named Josh posted it and I tweeted it out. It was packed in there for those jerseys, those uniforms. I mean, my goodness, like, I'm not going to go spend $200 on the jersey. I'm just not. It's not that great of a jersey to me to be spending $200 on it. I saw a lot of the media members, 97.3, the fan people, they got the hookup, the free jerseys, customized with the 22 and their name on the back. I mean, it would be nice if the Padres would do that for their season ticket holders, right? The guys, the people that are paying them. Trying to find that video. Hang on. Before we do that, though, I wanted to get into the bullpen situation, the lineups. Don't want to forget that. So, for the bullpen situation, it's not a whole lot to talk about. Chris Matt pitched last night, pitched well, 13 pitches. Owned Trey Turner, I think it was that 8th inning, on his bobblehead night. Musgrove pretty much owned Trey Turner as well. Musgrove owned like everyone except Justin Turner. So everyone pretty much in the bullpen is ready to go, except probably Nick Martinez. And then, I mean, Chris Matt would be ready too, but probably don't want to pitch him back-to-back nights. You do have a 4-game series. You still have 2 more games after tonight. But Rogers, Garcia, Hill, Stammen, you hope you don't have to see Stammen, but if things go south, he will definitely, if things go south, right? South is down on a map. Yeah, if things go south, Stammen would go in. And then Ray Kerr, obviously, as well. I think he's still part of the team. Haven't seen him pitch in feels like weeks. The 26th is the last time I have him pitching, 20 pitches. But yeah, pretty much everyone in the bullpen is available tonight. And then both lineups are out. No Manny, obviously, that's the headline. And I'm not going to freak out about Manny not being in the lineup. There's been a lot of situations where there's players coming back from injury. And what teams usually do is they have them play one day, then they give them an off day the next day to recover. Then they see how it is after the first day that they play, but they usually schedule an off day just to slowly ramp them back. Remember, Manny didn't have any rehab games or anything. He just came right in yesterday. And he did some running in that first at bat, and there's been swelling. I mean, he drove from Arizona to LA so that the swelling wouldn't, increase, because I guess the swelling increases on flights. I didn't know that, but I guess that's what Andy Halbrun said last night on the broadcast. That a lot of people were talking about that. It just shows Manny's commitment, but he's not in the lineup. I'm not going to freak out about it because I think this is probably their plan. And I'd expect him to DH probably tomorrow and then Sunday. I don't think it would be smart for them to obviously rush him back on defense at all. So instead of Manny, you got Luke Voigt DHing. Hosmer's at first. I love Bomel. I mean, my goodness, that guy, he does not care about Eric Hosmer at all. He's like, dude, go sit on the bench. The last couple days. It was Wednesday, right? Wednesday, he subs him out from his defense, puts Alcantara in there. Alcantara gets sent down before yesterday's game. Batten, by the way, came in for defense, I think, and played second base. But he pinch hits for Hosmer, I think with, was it Voit or Alfaro that pinch hit for him? And then put Crony at first. Love that. He's like, Hosmer, man, sorry, late in the game, get out of here. It's great to have a manager that is allowed to manage, right? He's not just playing guys because of how much money they're being paid. But Hosmer's hitting fifth tonight. Profar's leading off. Crony's hitting second. Voigt's hitting third. DHing. Mazara's hitting fourth and right. Love what I've seen out of him so far this year. Hosmer's hitting fifth. Nola's hitting sixth. I mean, I'd still like to see the Padres give Mazara some chances against lefties. It just feels like they're really set on, okay, we're not going to let this guy face lefties. We know he sucks against lefties. I'd like to give him some chances because who are they going to have off the bench? So Alfaro, he's going to come off the bench. I guess I'd rather have Alfaro pinch hit for Mazara, and if Mazara does truly suck against lefties, and the splits do, I guess, say that. But I guess I don't like having your catcher pinch hit for someone because then you take him out of the game if he doesn't go into the game, right? And then what if Nola gets hurt, right? So I don't really like doing that. I would prefer them to give Mazara some chances. I mean, he is your four hitter, so he's only your four hitter because he's facing a righty tonight. You know, I'd like to give him a chance, more chances, or a chance. It doesn't feel like they're giving him really any chances against lefties. Nola's hitting sixth. Grisham's hitting seventh. He had another terrible dive last night. Didn't learn his lesson. The send, by the way, from third to home, not going to get mad at him about that. Not going to get mad at Matt Williams for sending him if he did send him. It had to be a perfect throw from Chris Taylor. It was. Had to be a perfect tag. It was. So you can't be mad at that. I know Manny was on deck, but he struck out the next three at-bats anyway. You got to just take that chance. Kim's hitting eighth at third. Abrams hitting ninth at shortstop. That's kind of going to be the bottom third of the order for a while now, despite Abrams, I think, having a little bit better at bats. And then on the Dodgers side of things, Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith is DHing, Justin Turner. Oh, the two guys we all hate back to back, Turner and then Muncy, fourth and fifth. Muncy hitting 166 this year. He sucks. Chris Taylor hitting, he's probably going to hit a bomb tonight, though. Chris Taylor hitting sixth is in left. Trace Thompson, the former Padre, he's probably going to hit a bomb because it's against the Padres, and he's a former Padre. He's hitting seventh in right field. Cody Bellinger is hitting eighth. And Austin Barnes is going to catch tonight for Tony Gonsolin. He is hitting ninth. Against Snell, Freddie Freeman's hitting 333. Will Smith 400. Justin Turner 375. Jeez. So there's a few guys that have a good history off of Blake Snell in their careers. So again, the Padres lineup: Profar, Crony, Voit, Mazara, Hosmer, Nola, Grisham, Kim, and then Abrams rounding it out. 7:10 is the first pitch. Valley Sports San Diego, 97.3 The Fan. The bullpen is ready. Some what to watch for today. Manny's not in the lineup, so scratch that. I was going to say Manny making more contact after the 3 strikeouts last night, but he's not in the lineup. Situational baseball, can that be better tonight? Obviously, they left 8 guys on base last night compared to the Dodgers leaving 2 guys on base. You look at that, and you say, well, the Padres had a lot more chances, which is good, and Musgrove was just that good that only 2 Dodgers were left on base. Only 2 Dodgers, it felt like, got on base the whole night. The only other guys that scored were was Justin Turner from the plate on 2 home runs, and then Max Muncy on the 1 walk that Musgrove had last night. The 1 walk ended up costing him 1 run there. Does Hosmer get replaced defensively? That's something we're going to be watching every day now, because Bomel, not afraid to do anything. Love it. He's subbed him out a couple games now. And then Blake Snell, can he finish? Last start against the Phillies, right? That 4th inning, everyone wants to bring up that where he hit Bryce Harper. I want to bring up that 5th inning, obviously, where he sucked after that. The 4th inning, he finished it off with a double play. The 5th inning, he just didn't finish, leaving breaking balls over the middle of the plate. Some shifts didn't go his way. Just can he finish tonight? Or is he, going to have a bad start to his outing and then finish strong? Can he just have a strong outing consistently? If it's 4 innings, really great, and you take him out, look, I hope it's more than 4 innings. If he's pitching great, it's more than 4 innings, especially when Bomel likes giving his starters length, regardless of who it is. Because I believe his last start, even after the 5th, they sent him out for the 6th. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they sent him out for the 6th. So he's going to give guys leash. So let's say not 4 innings. Let's say 5 strong innings, and then you go Stammen. I know that's doesn't seem appealing, but you get a fresh arm in there for an inning or 2, and then you go with Garcia and Rogers and Hill. Not in that order, but you get what I'm saying. I kind of like that tonight, to be honest. Dakota says he digs the uniforms. The one thing I would change is not having San Diego across the chest in 2 separate colors. I agree. Not a huge fan of that. Don't really understand why you got to do that. I don't personally think that looks good. But again, if they win in it, I don't care. I think the uniforms are going to look good on most of the players. Kind of anxious to see how it looks on like Stammen and Tim Hill and Will Myers. I think that's going to look funny on them. But from the pictures that we saw on Musgrove and on Tatis and Manny on that hype video, they look good. I don't understand why they have to keep putting Hosmer in all of these hype videos. No one cares about him anymore. He's not a star on this team. Stop doing it. It ruins the video. You're like, oh, this is great. This is great. And then you see Hosmer there. It's like, really? But, they posted a picture today with Tatis, Manny, Musgrove, and then they had Hosmer in there. It's like, dude, why are we putting Hosmer in these pictures? You're ruining it. What else was I just going to say? Oh, my Padre pick. Last game was Crony. He went 2 for 4 yesterday. 44 and 26, I think, is my record, if I updated that correctly. So far this season. It might be is it 47? Might be 47. Or excuse, not 47, 45. It's 45 and 26. Right? 45. 71. What game are we on right now? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think that would be my record then. So 45 and 26 so far this season in my pregame show Padre pick. Today I'm going to go with Jerks and Profar. I believe he's hitting like 400 against Tony Gonsolin, so that seems like the easy pick, the no-brainer pick. Don't want to pick Crony back-to-back days. And then Manny's not in lineup. So I'm going to go with Profar. Any other questions, any other comments before we get out here? Again, it's Tony Gonsolin on the mound for the Padres. Or excuse me, against the Padres for the Dodgers. Sorry. Blake Snell on the mound for the Padres. Did you guys see? I wanted to pull this up. Don, Mud, they look good in the City Connect unis. Here's Mud. Posted that. He posted that today. And then here's Don.
Work. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just got my City Connect. This will definitely work. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Padres. Very nice.
I love the, oh, yeah, this will work. And this was the photo or the video. Look how many. I'll zoom in on this. Look how many people were there trying to get these uniforms. I mean, my goodness. I'm sure there's a Hosmer one there, but I'm pretty happy that I don't see a Hosmer one in that video there. Looks like Machado, Tatis, and Snell. I'm not a huge fan of the different sleeves, but I like the number. I'm fine with the different colors. I mean, I kind of like the pink and the yellow, but separate, like Dakota said, separating the San Diego in half with those 2 different colors, that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But yeah, that's all the people that were there today at like 10 a.m. And the jerseys are like $200. It's crazy. No thanks. I'm not going to spend $200 for a jersey that I'm not a huge fan of, at least the front of it, and they wear it once a week or once every couple weeks if they're at home on Fridays once in 2 weeks, right? Any other news or notes here? I mean, not really. Arizona's playing Colorado. Who cares? They're not going to be contenders. The Giants host the White Sox at 7:15 tonight, so pretty much around the same time Padres Dodgers gets going on. A reminder: tomorrow's game, I'll have a pregame show, but tomorrow's game is at 4:15 on Fox, so it's not on Bally. It's not at 7. 4:15, and it's the national game. All right, I think that'll do it. Snell against Gonsolin tonight. Thank you, everyone, for watching, tuning in, whether that's live, whether it's on replay. I appreciate it. You want my reaction to the City Connect jerseys, the full reaction after they were released, all the information and all that stuff on this YouTube channel. There's the episode there, or it's available on the podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. I'm Ben Fadden. Go Padres, just like Alan said. That's right. Go Padres. Hopefully they get a win. I'll have the highlights at Talking Friars on Twitter. Hope everyone has a great night. Hopefully watching a Padres win. And I'll see you later.